You're no fun to ride with at all.
What?
I'll take Kamari over you any day.
Huh. Just don't do anything rash.
Three, 2, 1, let's pod. Every FFX podcast. My name is Curtis.
I am named Carl. Over there is Alex. That didn't really work.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Alex.
Is Carl. There's Alex. And let's... That's the worst intro we've done yet.
Damn. Wait, I just kind of did that like the welcome to the jungle. Is there anything there?
Well, that's the worst intro we've ever done.
See you, space cowboy.
I thought our worst one would be... You're gonna die! I thought our worst intro would be Sexy Bone Village, but this takes
No,
the
that
cake,
was
baby.
the best, I think.
It actually was a really good one.
It's pretty good.
We're back from Besaid.
And
boy, is my flea tired.
We're back at the travel agency.
Well, we're back at Macalania first, I think, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we are going to the travel agency.
Yeah.
I'm starting from the save sphere one screen earlier.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
I don't know.
I may have.
It's my head
fucked
canon.
up
The one outside the sphere morph.
No, we're starting from the travel agency.
Yeah.
We just haven't seen it or walked to it yet.
Sure.
Like this will be the first time we talk about it.
I'm all confused from all that backtracking.
I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
I was being
Take it away.
pedantic piece of shit.
How dare you?
I know, that's me. But yeah, starting at where Oren cut down the trees last time.
Yep.
After we unbacktrack all the way to Macalania. The north, I was gonna say the north left.
That's more coherent than any time I try to say directions, so that's fine.
The up west exit is the one that we're gonna be taking now. And that leads us to Lake Macalania, right?
Yeah.
Which is just kind of like an icy expanse for a while. I mean, I guess as a frozen lake would be, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So frozen lake, there's kind of hills around the outskirts of it. And like you said, there is a Rin's travel agency.
Yeah.
Like right before we get down to it. We're also like on a little elevated piece. It's almost like we have to like run down a little hill.
You're getting ready to snowboard, just like in Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Except the snowboard track's like, like 30 feet down. We just get on the snowboard and we're like, okay, we're done. But my boy Clasco's outside.
Yeah, who knows where the others are? Right, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they were at
we
the
talked
entrance.
about this. Yeah, they were at the entrance of Macalania.
And it sounded like when I
Forest.
talked to Lucille and
Elma,
thank you.
They sound like they were in Bavel.
It sounded like he was like, if you go
Elma-
back there, you'll see Clasco.
Elma and Louise.
Elma and Louise. I was going to call her Emile, but I was like, no, that's from near. That's not right. But yeah, I guess maybe like back there is referring to all the way back through Macalania.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
probably
like-
not paying attention
I'm
to
like,
where he is.
it all depends on which direction they came from, too, I guess. Like, maybe they went to the travel agency and then they're like, oh, we actually got to go this way to Bavel or whatever. So. And oh, he's still back there.
They were being a convenient
He was doomed
plot
to
funnel.
Yeah.
doomed to butterfly fatigue.
Also, if Lucille and Elma aren't riding the Chocobo, why is Clasco behind? He should be the fastest one now.
I don't really see him riding it too often.
Yeah, that's true.
He's always caught in the dust or
Yeah.
whatever.
Probably because he'd rather do something else with the Chocobos. Am I right, boys?
No, I think he should be a Chocobo Knight.
yeah, right. Yeah, we'll get.
Don't do what you love, or else.
Before we get into it, there is an Albed primer here.
go
B equals P.
Wait,
it's the 16th. It's like
we've gotten B equals P so many damn times.
No. I think it was P equals B.
But then didn't we get the other one? Have we not made this joke already?
Probably.
Or maybe an optional
We
one
would never repeat a joke
that
on
Rin
this
gives
show.
you. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue.
Final
It's just-
Fantasy.
it's outside the travel agency next to Owaka.
Yeah,
We'll
Owaka's
talk
standing
about-
there.
You
Yeah.
walked the whole 50 feet.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go into what's going on with Clasco.
Yeah, so he's like standing with the Chocobo and he's kind of like petting it, I guess. He's like brushing its like chest area or whatever, right? It's very cute.
Touching the the chest armor that it's wearing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It has some sick fucking armor. This
Hell yeah.
chocobo does. And Glasgow says, "Hi there. Would you look at this? They always leave me behind." And he's talking about like Elma and Lucille.
Yeah, and then he says, "Oh, you want me to scratch you?"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
The chocobo goes. "Brrrt."
he gives it a nice little like scritch on its neck.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, "There, good boy."
Yeah, it's very cute.
Very FF7 scratching the chocobo mini.
Oh
game
yeah, that's
to
right.
get that
yeah.
one rare materia or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Titus says,
How'd you know what it wanted?
I've always been able to tell how chocobos feel. Maybe I'd make a better chocobo breeder than chocobo knight, huh? Hey, what job do you see me doing?
whether he'd be a better chocobo knight or chocobo breeder.
Yeah.
If you say knight, he probably ends up getting killed by Sin. Just like, I'm not falling for this again.
Oh no.
Actually, do you have the script up? Mm-hmm. Do you have what he says if you say chocobo knight?
I do, because I did say that. Because I misjudged this situation where I'm like, he's always so hard on himself. He should, have more confidence. I want to build up his confidence.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh wait, no, that was the wrong thing to say.
Well, I was like, I don't remember if this game has chocobo breeding at the end.
God, I fucking hope not.
Yeah, I was like, it probably does though. So I probably should say chocobo breeding so I don't lock myself out of a side game.
Classico's just a nickname. I go by Billy.
But yeah, you say chocobo knight, and he says, he gets like real dejected, and he says, oh, really? For a moment, I thought you'd say breeder.
Then why are you asking me?
Yeah, and then if you talk to him again, he says, we'll have to get some new chocobos to rebuild our unit. I wonder how long that's going to take. Well.
Wow, I think this is the first time I've seriously thought about my life.
Did you go back and see the other one?
No.
Okay.
What?
Well, he ends with that same line.
Oh,
either
okay,
way.
yeah.
So there is that.
Because, yeah, no, when you talk to him again, you can't say, like, oh, I think you can be a breeder. It's just
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Well, that's why I said chocobo breeder, and he says, yeah, I think so too. I might just give it a try. And if you talk to him again, he says, should I resign my commission? Would Captain Lucille let me? Elma would probably laugh at me. And then he says, wow, this is the first time I've seriously thought about my life.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Does this have any ramifications?
I fucking hope not.
Well, that's what I was saying.
'Cause I
I was
clearly
like,
went
so
with the-
maybe like chocobo. I think there might be chocobo breeding later.
Because
and I wonder.
they're like, okay, if you're a Chocobo Knight, Classico dies, but if he's not a knight, he's not there to support Elma and Lucille, then they die.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's the thing. He should fucking grow a goddamn spine and choose his own path and not have fucking
There you
Titus
go.
of all people.
Well, it sounds like he's
decide
already
his
chose a
shit.
path too.
Yeah.
Like he's already picked.
He just wants
knows.
affirmation.
It's like
Yeah,
that,
you know what?
that stupid
I'll-
saying where it's like, you should always flip a coin because like when it's in the air, you'll know which one you want or something. Like, you know what you fucking want.
I haven't
Preston.
heard that before, but like I kind of like it.
That's
yeah,
basically
I
the
get
splitting
it.
the baby thing, right?
Yes.
Find out who the mother is.
Yeah, when Seymour split the child.
Yeah. Seymour splits the child, and the one mother is like, yeah, I'll take half a baby.
Yeah.
And the other's like, I will take the other half of the baby. Then you got yourself 2 babies.
Yeah,
That was the takeaway from that, right?
Yeah, Solomon's ploy doesn't pay off. Like they're both like, yeah, sounds good. And he's like, oh shit, I've really set a precedent now.
How much Old Testament shit do you think would have been completely different if they just like called God on his shit, or like whatever stand-in for God there is?
Kill
in
your
whatever
son
parable.
Isaac. You won't.
Yeah.
You won't.
Well, that one he did get called on his bluff. He was like, dude, no, don't fucking do that.
Holy shit! I didn't think you'd go through with that. Oh my god.
Oh my me. So when you talk to Awaka, he just says,
Curse that Rin for taking up a place like this.
Yeah.
he'll be rich by tomorrow, all on account of this celebration thing. What? You buying something from me?
I know.
you
He's
can
all
buy...
mad at Ren.
Yeah,
for...
because Rin is a better business person than him.
Yeah.
Beat him to the punch.
Yeah.
Real capitalist. And
Yeah,
He's
I know.
He's only anti-capitalist if it doesn't benefit him.
This would be
Yeah,
like
indeed.
this would be like if like there was some huge event, kind of like like some sort of Olympics, perhaps, some sort of blitzball game that happens every 4 years, and then like like gentrification just fucking skyrockets, and Airbnbs like are and hotels are like replacing like.
You're saying you're saying Rin's travel agencies like the Hilton.
I don't know if we could actually talk about that just because like it's not like Rin didn't build this up knowing that there was going to be a fucking wedding and shit.
You know what?
Rin just kind of got lucky. I'm saying if like Owaka built up a big fucking like competitor travel agency specifically for the wedding.
I'm going to, while we're talking right now, I'm going to look up this thing in Lexington called Center Point. Actually, you know what? It's really not even that relevant to the Awaka Ren thing. I'm just mad because they tore down...
I'm just pissed at the Olympics.
Well, in a similar way, they were going to have the World Equestrian Games in Lexington. And so they tore down, like, 2 whole city blocks of, like, businesses. Like, our biggest venue was there, and all these restaurants were there. And they just tore down all the blocks. And we're like, we're going to build these 2 skyscraper hotels. And then they didn't. And then for a decade, there were just 2 giant holes in the ground. Like
there's a ball pit in it.
Yeah, I mean, they had to be like 30 feet down, like just holes where there used to be like the most fucking interesting places. And
that's business, baby.
Yeah, and they just sat there for a decade, nothing happened. But apparently now they've built like a couple stories of building there, like
Sick.
3 or 4. Yeah, so like they completely destroyed it, and it's fucking
very
worthless.
cool.
Yeah.
What's a horse gonna do with a skyscraper?
Haven't you ever seen the World Equestrian Games, Alex? You don't know about wall running?
I don't think really there's anything too good that Awaka has.
His prices will be different depending on all the shit we've done for him up to this point.
Interesting. Yeah, I know he sells the Sonic Steel, which is the only like thing that is
I went ahead and bought it.
Yeah, I bought that too because it's got first strike.
Yeah.
It's a Titus weapon, so it's basically just Titus gets immediate flee, which
Yeah.
I used to great effect last episode.
Yeah,
with
right.
All the
I didn't have
backtracking.
it. But Titus is, except with the exception of Riku, he's the second. I mean, well, he's the fastest.
Yeah.
With not the exception of Riku, he's the second fastest.
Yeah.
So, like, I was already getting first anyway, so, like...
I took it more as like a way of not getting preemptives.
That also happened, yeah. Is it surprised in this game? Is that what it's called?
Maybe, I forget.
Yeah.
I got a couple of those and was like, fuck that, I'm equipping this sword.
Yeah, and you start getting them, you get them in a row and shit when you start fleeing all the time and shit, so, yeah. But yeah, I went ahead and bought that. But we can go into Ren's travel agency, and like the party just kind of spreads out and like sits around. Like Riku's literally just sitting on the ground with their back up to
She's
like a
splitting,
shelf.
basically.
Yeah.
It's very wintry in here. Like there's a polar bear carpet.
Yeah.
Ice skates, mittens.
Oh, I didn't even notice the ice skates.
Hell
You're
yeah.
right.
Some nice jackets on the left.
Yeah, I see those. Those are very nice.
There's a Wii U gamepad right next to the fireplace.
It's half. Yeah. It's half like Ren's travel agency, half Eddie Bauer. I say that because the jacket I was just wearing was one. There you go. Give us money, Eddie Bauer.
Yuna's just staring in a corner, sulking.
Yeah,
she
she's just staring into a corner.
Right next to a giant like urn.
Is there a Yuffie in there?
Yeah, maybe.
It's time. It's time for the urn.
There's also a weird sphere on the ground on the polar bear carpet.
Oh yeah, that's
rug.
just...
Yeah, I was like, oh, another Jex sphere, and then like it's the Albed compilation sphere, which this is what you use to
transfer your
load
progress,
or transfer or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you do like go back,
If you do a new game,
or I guess you could probably load it from any save file. So if we went back and found another one but didn't want to walk back, we could just transfer it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like we just did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Machin's here. It's always a good sign.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. My mini map is right over him.
I wanted to try at this point. I was like, I know that me and Carl are on the same like route with this shit. So instead of talking to Lulu first, I'll try talking to Riku first.
Nice.
Maybe it's not too late to change over the affection meter. It is too late.
It is too late.
It is too late at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I talked to her first, and she's just like, "Can we go now? I'm so tired of waiting."
Yeah, I talked to Yuna first, kind of for the same reason.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, shit, I should actually be, going to Yuna first. And she just says,
Don't forget to smile, remember?
Oh, you're right. I'll try and remember.
smiling. And then Titus goes, right, keep at it. Yeah, I think that's it. And they just kind of repeat that, which is like...
It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like Titus is not the time for that cute little thing.
Yeah,
I mean, get it.
I get it.
I get it.
It has the significance of the previous things, but it's also like you
when
should
we were at
probably
Mushroom Rock Road,
you should probably not tell a girl to smile.
Yeah. Well, especially like right now too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's their thing though.
It is their
That's
thing.
the thing.
'Cause
That's
it was
why I
at
give it a
Mushroom-
pass.
Yeah.
It's like their inside joke or whatever.
Yeah, because in Mushroom Rock Road, I think, is that where she said it? She was like, and Guardians, don't forget to smile.
Yeah.
He's telling her as
he's
a
doing
summoner,
his
not
best.
as a girl.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I like when he talked to Waka. I love his line. He says, seriously, a wedding's not supposed to make people feel this bad, huh? And Titus is like, come on, don't say that. And he just goes, I say what I want ever since I was a kid. And Titus
That
is
doesn't
like,
bode well.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
And
super.
Titus is like, oh, so you're an adult now? And he's like, you know it. Like, he's like
Real
how old is
toddler
Waka?
energy,
We've
yeah,
talked about this. He's like
real.
in his 30s, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's like, aside from Aaron, I think he's the
Early
oldest.
30s, late 20s.
Yeah.
He goes into the Sphere book social media and goes onto local news things and just yells at everyone in there. It sucks. It's awful.
Anyways, how long are we supposed to stay here, you think? And Titus says, hey, don't ask me. And he goes, things sure have gotten complicated since Oren joined us. And Titus says, oh, you think so too, huh? And Walker's like, I can't figure that guy out. And like, same, actually. What is Walker's deal?
What's his angle?
Oh, Walker's deal. What is Oren's deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you talk to Oren, he says,
I love...
this is really good. He
Yeah.
says,
Anything can happen.
and then Titus like mocks him, like does an impersonation of it. And he says,
Make sure you're prepared, right?
and Oren says, there's a saying, hurry up and wait. It means prepare quickly so you're ready for whatever comes next. And then Titus says, sounds like something an old man would say. And Oren says, forgive me. And he says, hey, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and if you try to talk to Oren again after that, he just like waves you away. He doesn't want to hear you.
Kamari says, temple not far, why stop here? Which is a good point.
You guys talk to Machen?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's
I think I talked to everyone before I talked to Waka because I'm sick of his shit.
Machen's is always good. He always has. It's always just fun to listen to him talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's like, I've heard Lady Yuna is to wed mates to Seymour. It is great news. I'd like to congratulate her, but it is a pity.
I'd hoped Lady Yuna would defeat sin and bring the calm to Spira.
Yuna's still gonna journey, even after she's married.
Ah,
That is also great news.
Her resolve is admirable.
Yeah, I do like that we like made him feel better. He's so worried. He's like, oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is the best of all things.
Yeah, I know.
He's trying not to be
Machen's stoked.
selfish, but like, oh, I'm really happy for her, but it'd be really great for like.
For Spira. If she would
It's
stop
fine.
this
That's why
fucking...
they got. They're lousy full of summoners. Like,
Yeah, come on.
Donald
We got
get it.
Isaru. We got Donna. Yeah, it's fine. We'll be okay.
Or do
And
we
then-
have Donna? Is she still missing?
Oh,
That's right.
you're right. Donna's still
knows?
missing.
But Bartella will pull.
Hell yeah, he's gonna
pull
pull
Oh,
it
yeah.
off.
No, he's
He's got Sir Oren's handshake on his side.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah. And if you talk to Machen again, he asks us if we would like to hear about Macalania.
So, of course, hell yeah.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Lake Macalania is frozen over all through the year. It stays frozen even on the hottest of days. It is said that the temple's faith is the cause of this fantastic phenomenon. And that is all for today.
I wonder what kind of summon spirit we're going to get here.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of faith could like freeze things and use ice attacks. He also says, if you talk to him again, hopefully I can be present at the wedding. It's not every day that one can attend such a joyous occasion. And so like, I like Machen's a good guy.
He's good.
He's also like, I feel like he's a little oblivious to what we're doing. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
seems kind of like out of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's
he just-
focused too much on the past to like really grasp
yeah.
what's going on in the present.
He likes history and watching history.
Hell yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
He's like, this is historical.
Yeah,
I get
like-
to be there.
Yeah, right.
Anytime Sin attacks, he's like, yeah, this sucks, but we're also in the cool zone of history.
I can't wait to tell the next summoner about this.
If you try to buy something from this travel agency as well, I noticed like the very last item in the list is just the longsword, which is like
Isn't
Titus's
it like the
starting
base sword?
weapon.
Yeah, and it's like 50 gil.
It's 50 gil and there's no slots for abilities.
I bought as many of them as I could. I'm pretty sure because I'm like now anytime I see something with a small price tag, I'm like, I can mix this.
I can throw this.
I can mix this. I might be wrong about that.
I mean, you may be able to. I don't know.
I haven't
just-
tried it yet, but
It was just weird.
I will also say if you're talking to Riku, she's kind of like sitting down in the path of where Machen is just pacing back and forth.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
really funny if you're talking to Riku and Machen just walks into you. Titus just slides all the way over, like just gets pushed by Machen. It's really good.
You always make room for Machen. Kids dancing too close together at prom, make room for Machen. But yeah, so that's all they really do here at the travel agency, right? We're pretty much ready to go down to Lake Macalania.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was thinking about it at this particular point because you can rest at the travel agency, but I'm like, why would you? Because
Yeah.
there's just a safe sphere right there. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
further
No,
proof that they're
in-
not capitalist assholes, because they're like, yeah, you can rest here. We're not going to charge you. Also, there's a free safe sphere that you can use here for free housing.
That's why Ren's all right.
Yeah.
Ren's like our prophet.
Yeah.
Good man.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna rock down to Macalania
Yeah.
Lake.
With our retinue. There you go. Anyway, yeah, so we're ready to go down to the lake proper, and like, oh, lucky us, there's all those ice skis. Skates. Ice skates.
We don't get to use them.
We don't get to use them.
We don't get to snowboard either.
It'd be cool if we did.
You can imagine what it'd be like if we could, though, right?
I think it goes a little something like this.
But yeah, as we walk down that little hill to the lake, Trommel meets us.
Lady Yuna, we've been expecting you. We were surprised you decided to come so soon.
Which is funny.
It's funny because we just spent an untold amount of time
Way
running
too
all the way
long.
back to Basane.
Literally to the back, like to the start of the game.
He's like, oh, you're already here. Like, how much time did you need, bro?
yeah.
So, wait a second. So last time we saw Seymour, he was still waiting on an answer from Yuna, right?
Yeah.
And he just decided to go ahead with it without even getting her answer.
He was like, I'm going to get ready. She's going to say yes. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a true alpha move.
Everyone's waiting for the wedding to happen, even though she hasn't given her answer yet.
You know what?
He's like, if
it's
I tell
wild.
everyone it's happening, she'll have no choice but to do it.
You know what? Through all the actions, everything that Seymour has said since we met him, and everything he's done since we met him, I think he's going to turn out to be an all right guy. I think
Got a good feeling
I got
about
a
this
good
Seymour
feeling about
fella.
this Seymour guy.
Like a stay-at-home husband.
yeah, right.
Pleasantly surprised, of course.
Lord Seymour sends his apologies for having left without notice.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, fucking Seymour. And Yuna's like, oh, it's quite all right, but I have one question, if I may, sir.
Very polite of her to be like, if I may ask this question that is immediately pertaining to my life.
I know.
I want to keep journeying, even if I marry. Do you think that Maester Seymour would let me?
Ugh.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, ugh.
And Trommel says, but of course, my lady, Lord Seymour wishes nothing else, I'm sure. And I like that when he says, I'm sure, it sounds like he hasn't asked Seymour yet.
Yeah.
But I appreciate Trommel being like, well, yeah, any like logical person absolutely would.
Of
Like-
course, yeah. I can't
like-
see any reason for anyone to be against
Yeah,
that.
and like, well, our relationship with Trommel is going to become complicated, but
He's already a complicated-seeming guy.
yeah,
When we
but
first saw him, he was very touchy.
he's very touchy. But to me, it just reinforces to me like my headcanon that like Trommel's just old, like, and not like in a bad way. He's just old. It's okay. He doesn't have to know
Is he just
everything.
like Bad Alfred?
Bad Alfred, as in like Batman Alfred.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
He
He's
just has a-
bumbling Alfred.
He's like kind of bumbling, I think, is the thing, and that's why like
yeah,
I
his
don't.
voice is always trembling. Like, my lady.
He's got a heart of gold, but he's.
He sounds like he's always
Yeah,
clutching his pearls.
yes. Like I don't think that Trommel means any ill intent. He's just caught up in all the wrong shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very.
His nephew or whatever the fuck Seymour is just a shithead.
Yeah,
And he's
right.
always trying to like see the best in him.
Yeah. He's like wanting to believe that like Seymour is good.
Yeah.
he's yeah.
What is Trommel? He's a cool uncle, right? What is he? Seymour's dad? I forget.
Driscoll's brother.
Yeah, I think he's his uncle. A cool uncle. It doesn't matter. He's his cool uncle
Whatever,
from now
yeah,
on.
yeah.
He's got cool
I
uncle
don't know that he
energy.
is. Is he?
I don't know.
I think he was the retainer to his father as well.
If not a blood uncle, then like
a blunkle.
a
right?
plunkle. If not a plunkle.
If not a blunkle, a kunkle. Which is a cool uncle.
He's a Kramer.
But Trommel says, we must follow Guado tradition. I'll have to ask you to wait here a little longer. He's speaking to the rest of the party there.
Yeah. And Yuna kind of just bows and says goodbye to her party, and she
And then Yuna turns around and goes, like she's going to say something, and Orin just kind of says, we're with you, do as you will.
Yeah.
And she goes, thank you.
Yeah, I love what he says after that too.
So
he
then,
goes,
then Yuna and Trommel walk away.
yeah, never to be seen again. In
Yeah.
fact,
And then, but yeah, he does this aside to Titus.
yeah, he says,
Sorry. That was your line.
and then Titus like runs after her and kind of stops and like kind of calls out to her and then whistles.
And does the whistle.
Yeah,
And she just says, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's very
back.
cute, yeah.
That was
love
good. Yeah.
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 And then
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, then there's a convenient or inconvenient, I guess,
an ambush.
an ambush, an owl bed ambush,
Oh no!
which we know.
I've heard about those guys from Waka. They sound like bad news.
Yeah, I was gonna say we know it's the owl bed because Walker says owl bed.
Yeah, and they're also using Wicked Machina.
Dude, what would
Cool
you call
as
that?
shit Machina.
Snowmobile.
Oh,
thank you. I was gonna say snowblowers.
The
I was
only-
like, that is not right.
The only reason was because I was looking up the scenes that I didn't get,
yeah.
and I first typed in like
Scenes? What do you mean?
sleigh. First typed in sleigh and other things, and like every video is just like snowmobile. I'm like, oh, that makes
It's a ski-doo.
But yeah, there's owl bed on snowmobiles rolling up, and like we can see out over the lake, and Trommel and Yuna are walking across the lake, and basically like they've cornered them. Or
Yeah.
not cornered, they've surrounded them.
Yeah.
And so we can see this all transpiring from where we stand.
Yeah, all the Guardians go running immediately to their aid.
Yeah.
Like Riku's like, I think like the first one, and like Kimari and Arin are like fast behind her.
Yeah.
And then it shows Titus like kind of looking off in the distance as everyone's there squaring up with the Albed. And then we get control again.
I love that there's only like 4 steps you have to take to
Yeah.
get to the next scene, and I definitely got into a random encounter during
Oh
those 4
yeah,
steps.
for sure. I did, and I
Did
was
you?
like, yeah,
I
with
was
Lulu
like-
and Riku, and
yeah,
I was just like,
"Ugh."
but I also decided, I wonder how far back I can go. I was like, can I go all the way back to Besaid?
I just leave them.
Yeah, so I went back to Rin's travel agency, and I was like, fuck, Klesko's still there. He's still blocking that treasure chest that's behind him. that
Oh
he took-
yeah, we didn't mention there's a treasure chest behind Klasko. We can't get to it.
Yeah,
'cause
we
he's
can't
standing
get
there.
to it. But I went up and I talked to Awaka, and he said,
You need something for the big rescue, eh? I've got just the thing.
if you talk to Klesko, he says, shouldn't you go rescue them?
That's amazing.
And then if you try just like leaving and going back to Besaid, Klesko stops you and says, shouldn't you go rescue them?
Have you talked to Machen?
No.
He says,
What is all that ruckus outside?
that's so good.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
What if you could just like go to the inn? You're just like,
Can I
I'm gonna
rest?
sleep
Yeah,
this
you-
one off.
I think,
they got this under control.
Yeah,
I
it'll be
feel like
fine.
if you tried to rest or something, they'd be like,
yeah, all right.
shouldn't you go rescue them?
That's so good. I'm glad
Yeah.
you did that. That's awesome.
But yeah, we get another cutscene here when we go to them where
Yeah.
like an owl bed kind of rides up on one of these snowmobiles and like kind of flips over.
Flips it.
Yeah. And
A bunch of Elbed just jump off and surround him, right?
Yeah,
and then Arin just like stands by like protecting Trommel and Yuna and says, stand back.
Yeah, all our party members like surround them facing outwards to protect them. Yeah.
Yeah, in a
Avengers style.
phalanx style.
And I do like that Trauma goes, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Lady Yuna.
He's
And
got
then, like,
some nice Dracula energy
yeah,
from Trommel.
nice Dracula. That is very much what he is.
But yeah, you see, he yells, "Lady Yuna," because Yuna just goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fight too."
Yeah, she acts like she's
Yo,
gonna
fuck
fight.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, she does fight with us, though, doesn't
Yeah.
she? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, then we see like, so the Albed are like squaring off with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, Riku's right up in one of their face too, and I have to imagine that they're like, wait a minute, something's not right here, because like Riku is part of the Albed, you know what I mean? And then you hear
What?
what? Then you
Those
hear
eyes.
a voice from across the fucking like from over those hills that
Yeah.
surround it, and you hear somebody go,
Riku!
the man with the fucking blue flame tattoos.
Oh yeah, he's back.
He's back, baby.
Is he the one who was like trying to get to communicate with you?
Yeah, he's the
Way
guy
back
from the
when.
ship at the very like is the second episode we did of this
Yeah.
podcast.
There's one sample in the because I sometimes go through and there's one that sounds like he's just saying penis.
Hey, nurse!
Did you ever watch Mission Hill?
Briefly,
Incredible show, very underrated. From like the same creators as The Simpsons.
Yeah.
But there was this one episode where there was just this like weird perverted guy who kind of became a recurring character. Where like the one kid is like very shy and sheepish, and he has to go out on his own in the city for like the first time, and he's very nervous. And like all this crazy shit happens, and there's like a dog attacking someone or something, and he gets all scared. And then like that all like goes away, and this like nice looking businessman just walks up to him and he goes, "Huh, crazy world, huh? Well, don't let it get to you." And then he like looks around and just goes really close up to his ear and just goes, penis, 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 and then runs away. It's like so fucking good. It's so good.
That's good. But yeah. So the guy from the scavenger boat from the fucking beginning of this game with all the fucking sick flame tattoos and his
Goggles and a mohawk.
Scotty
mohawk. And yeah. He's here and he goes, and so he's speaking in Albed, but
if you collected all of the primers up until this point, it's pretty easy to suss out what he's saying. It's like, don't interfere on
or he says, don't interfere or you get this.
Oh, okay. Or you get this, yeah.
Yeah, and like right next to him, a fucking like tank.
A goddamn tank.
A goddamn
like
tank.
a metal slug looking thing.
Yeah.
Advanced Wars looking ass.
Dude, it's kind of brutal. I kind of fucking love
It's
this
really
tank.
cool, yeah.
And
I
it's
like it
like
a lot.
it's like shaking the whole time, like as it drives. It's
A
like
little rickety.
like a jalopy.
I think most of their Machina is like upcycled.
Yeah, it would make sense. Yeah,
Like,
like
even
they're
the-
scavengers.
Yeah,
Like they just, it's real Mad Max energy of
Yeah.
like just,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like the like when like parts of it move because like other parts of it aren't attached really nicely. There's like a couple frames before they move as well. It's so rickety. I fucking love this tank.
Yeah.
But like it's also got like some harsh fucking like energy coming off of it too.
Yeah, and then he goes on and he says,
Win bunalwick magic you aeon you came at.
your precious magic and aeons are sealed.
Yeah.
And Riku says, oh no.
Yeah, and
Okay.
like, and I guess like that the game has to make room for you not actually having collected any of the Albed primers.
Sure.
So Titus says, translation.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't get his decoder ring out in time. Hold on.
Riku says he's gonna use an anti-magic field on us, and this guy goes, "Get them!" And then
Or if you have the Albed primers collected the way I do, it's Ged Dem.
get them, get them. But yeah, and then we enter into a battle with this fucking tank, and like
Yeah.
before we fight it, like a bunch of like fucking like energy and electricity comes off of it. It's fucking sick as fuck.
Yeah, it's
I'm
real
sorry,
cool
I
looking.
really like this tank.
This is a really cool design. Yeah, I like it a
Yeah.
lot. And also like the gimmick of this fight also appears. It's this like swirly little like thing that's just kind of floating around, and it's called Negator.
So when the battle begins, there's like a top compartment on the tank
Mm-hmm.
that flips open, and this little drone comes out.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
mention there's a cannon on it, right?
There is a great big fuck off cannon on it, and it's
Yeah.
awesome.
The brother Ray. I think we already made that joke.
Maybe.
That's a good joke for this. And also like on the front of it, there's two like you remember the FF7? What is it? Ball, street ball.
The one from the highway.
Yeah.
Oh, rollerball?
Rollerball.
Was it called that?
It has the two big
Motorball.
Motorball, right.
Motorball. It has the big like
We just named two fucking movies. Two shitty movies.
whatever. Anyway, my point is that it has like two like roller things on the front of it that
Yeah.
aim outwards,
Yeah,
almost
it's
like
all-terrain
yeah
wheels like they have on big
it's-
rovers and shit.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love this thing. Anyway,
You can-
Shagahog,
yeah,
like from Metal Gear Solid 3.
oh, it does look like the Shagohod. Oh, that's fucking dope. Dude, Metal Gear Solid 3. God, we're gonna have a whole podcast just about that. Anyway, and when I say a whole podcast about Metal Gear Solid 3, what I mean is we don't do it like this one. We literally find something new to talk about with Metal Gear Solid 3 forever. Anyway,
Do for love
the
or
drone.
do for Yevon.
but
Is it possible to find love
I
on,
was trying to think of
on
something.
Operation Mihan?
On the high wind. Sorry.
Solid Zolom.
Yeah. So, couple
Yeah,
things about this fight.
The drone is called Negator.
Yeah, and it does what was literally just explicitly said to us.
Yeah, basically it seals off magic and summoning. As long as it is on the battlefield, we can't cast magic and we cannot summon.
Yeah.
So, which is a big deal when you consider curing, right?
Yeah. Or just offense against this because it's
Oh, dude,
Machina, so
Yeah,
like,
it takes like very
it's-
little damage.
It's got
from-
16,000 HP.
Yeah.
It's weak to lightning, which is, something we can't really use
Yeah,
unless you
yeah.
have Riku with a lot
Or
of
you have a
electric
weapon
Yeah.
with lightning strike, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
but it takes very little damage against physical attacks.
yeah.
So
So how I did this, I had Waka help take down the Negator.
Yeah,
Negator. And Lulu just
Yeah, so it's flying, by the way. Like
it's like a guilty spark.
Yeah, if you try and steal from it, it says out of range.
right.
So use Waka to take it out. Otherwise, then in the meantime, I had Lulu raise evasion because anytime that the tank attacks,
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
That's real smart.
about half of the shots will just miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because already what is the tank called?
Oh yeah, bosses have a name in this.
Crawler.
Crawler.
Crawler. I
Okay.
somehow didn't even look at that the entire.
Yeah, the crawler's accuracy already isn't amazing. It's not bad. Like I wouldn't count on not getting hit by it. You know what I mean?
The move that it uses is called Gatling Gun, and it kind
Yeah.
of just continually does damage to like your whole party, like kind of
Just
like
in short bursts.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have evasion up, you can like basically dodge half of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Just like
So-
with the sphere morph, like
even-
evasion's really
even-
handy to have.
Yeah, even without like raising your evasion, if you've just only done it through the sphere grid, like I had a lot of the attacks miss.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because I guess the reason is like if there was a Gatling gun or whatever, like they were like seeing it coming,
Yeah.
so they could dodge some of them, but still get hit.
And then I had Yuna there for healing, and then
Well,
eventually
after Negator, right?
Well, he was saying healing after Negator, but also there's a super attack that the crawler has called Mana Beam.
Yes.
Yeah, that thing
And
sucks.
It sucks, but I found it the first time because I game over, and so like, all right, I'm just gonna summon it and let the summon take the
That's a
hit.
good way to do it.
Just like you can take the L for this one.
I have a great Mana Beam story coming up. I'm not ready for it yet.
Hell yeah.
But another thing about the Negator is that the grenade, like using a grenade, will actually hit it as well. So I was able to take it out in one turn of my party with Waka and then Riku.
Can you
So I
buy
would-
grenades?
Yes,
I
you
have-
can buy them at the Thunder Plains at the Fuck, who built the towers?
Belgian. I forgot.
Belgian.
At Belgian
Do you
at the
think
Belgian
Belgerda-
Memorial Travel Agency. You can buy them there.
Do you think Belgerda was named after Belgian?
I don't know. She's not. Yeah, she's not Albed.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway.
Anyway,
But don't they also
yeah.
not talk about how he's an Albed? Or they just don't talk about him at all?
Machen remembers him because he's an Albed, but his legacy was erased because he was an Albed.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Okay, so they just
anyway,
Machen knows.
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So the
Machen remembers.
grenades will work, and then once actually y'all can confirm this for me. Does he start the countdown for Mana Beam after Negator is already down, or is it
I think so. I'm pretty sure. I think it might just be like at a random point in the battle.
Yeah.
He didn't do that at first until I took down
Okay.
Negator.
Yeah,
and
same
then
for
again,
me.
I think that I had a Negator up, but he was still doing it after like the first
Yeah.
time it hit me.
Okay.
But
So yeah,
I was also using Electro Marbles, which were really good
yeah.
against this.
Yeah. So like this,
Although this actually Negator isn't weak to lightning.
Negator is not, but once you get rid of Negator, the crawler is weak to lightning.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Or even still, because you can use Electro Marbles with Riku on the thing
even
as well.
even while. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
It's Machina, baby.
the other thing about crawler is he counterattacks everything.
Yeah.
So like physical or magic, it doesn't matter. Crawler will counterattack it, and it'll do about half of that character's HP.
Yeah.
So like, pretty significant. Like it's not a lightweight attack by any means, but it misses a lot. And so if you get your evasion up, you can really get around.
Yeah,
it
that's
pretty
its
easy.
assault attack. Right?
Assault, correct? Yeah.
And
yep.
after it gets hit by magic 4 times, the Negator will come back.
Yeah, the Negator comes back
okay,
after it gets hit
nice.
by magic 4 times. Also, Mana Beam.
Banana Beam.
So once Negator's taken down, it will start a countdown from 5, right? And on its 5th turn.
5 or 3?
Oh, is it from
I
3?
think it's 3.
I'm sorry, my mistake.
Mana Beam in 3 turns. Mana Beam in 2 turns.
Gotcha.
Mana Beam interrupted.
Okay.
Oh, you can interrupt it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. Yeah, but yeah. So it'll start a countdown from 3, and then on the 4th turn, I guess it uses Mana Beam. So would y'all like to talk about Mana Beam?
Yeah. This shit fucking sucks. It fucking bodied me.
Really?
Yeah, so it hit me. My party was Riku, Waka, and Yuna. And let me go through the damage here. I think I got it all. So on Riku, it did 1,200 damage, which she only had 1,000. She was dead. Or that was on Waka, same sort of thing. 1,600 on Riku. She died. It did almost 1,500 on Yuna, and she still had 250 HP.
Oh,
so she was
boy.
able to still use life.
Oh boy.
She was able to use life after it, and I just
That's
got
awesome.
through. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I think I got hit by that once, and Yuna had her overdrive enabled. At that
Oh, that's the good
point.
shit.
So I had Veilfor just fucking overkill this thing with energy blast.
Yeah, hell
awesome.
yeah.
It was
That's
I
awesome.
think it was like five nines of damage.
Yeah, oh, hell
All right,
yeah.
you want to hear the fucking Chad strats for this one, boys?
Hell yeah.
This was an
You
accident.
throw a potato in the
Yeah.
and it backfires.
Stick your thumb in it.
You
Right?
put sugar in its gas tank. It ruins it. I brought out Waka, very first thing, right, to attack the Negator, and then used Riku and threw a grenade. And just those two were enough to destroy it. And then I would be able to use Lulu. And I had the spell Haste on Kimari and Titus.
Nice.
So I would immediately bring them out, get Lulu hasted, and then change out a character and get the other ones hasted so that they're going really fast, right? And I was able to pop off all 4 magic attacks before Crawler could count down. So it was never able to count down through to Mana Beam. It would go 3, 2, 1. Then Negator would pop back out and it would say Negator has canceled Mana Beam because it can't use magic now.
Whoa.
Yeah! And because I was
You put it
doing
yourself.
So wait, that's magic then? Mana
yeah,
Beam is magic?
Mana Beam is magic, and it can't use it if Negator's out.
What kind of fucking cheap-ass Machina is this?
Yeah,
SE is magic?
I know. So, and the other thing is, too, because I could get rid of Negator in one turn, it never even got the chance to use Gatling Gun. So the only attacks I took the whole battle was Assault.
That's
I
awesome.
never even saw the other 2 attacks. Fucked
So
it up!
what I did was after Riku was revived, she had an overdrive, so I put 2 Electro Marbles together.
Yeah.
Or I did an Electro Marble.
Oh, God, I need to remember to do one of those potato mashers next time. I really want to see it.
Yo, hell yeah. I did an Electro Marble and a Lightning Marble together, and I got an attack called Rolling Thunder, which
Ooh.
did, I think, like 5 or 6 lightning attacks that all did like
Hell yeah.
1,000 damage each.
That rules.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And then
yeah.
I think like it had one more attack in it, and I was like, you know what? For the lore significance of it, I think I'm going to have Yuna summon
Ixion?
Ixion.
Yeah.
And took him down with
I
Ixion.
wanted to do that,
With
but
relative
Ixion was
ease.
so far away from having like an overdrive, and I was like, it's just not worth it. But I wanted to do 2 for like just the poetry of it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even
like
use
poetry, it
I didn't even
rhymes.
use an overdrive. I just used like Arrow Spark
Oh,
or whatever
okay,
to take
yeah.
it down. It was like it was basically dead.
If you interrupt Mana Beam with Negator, one of your party members will say something, and I had Waka on the team, and you know how he hates Machina
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
and he goes, "Stupid Machina, they sealed away their magic too." And I was like, "This is the one time I'll agree with you, Waka."
Hell yeah.
Also, you can steal a lunar curtain from it if you want to, I guess.
Yeah, which isn't really like
Yeah,
you can steal that from regular enemies here
yeah,
as
it's
well.
not that
so.
amazing. So this guy gives you a lot of experience too. Oh,
Oh
wait,
my
hold
God,
on.
yeah.
Before we talk about that, can we talk about its death animation?
It's really cool.
It's sick as fuck.
Yeah, it just starts sparking and
Oh, dude, fucking
blowing
electricity.
up.
Yo, dude, it has like the giant fucking like action explosion. It's sick as fuck.
Yeah, it kind of like it just disappears too, right? Like
Yeah, it's true.
into like just like
Well, I mean, you can kind of see parts like
Oh, yeah,
flying
yeah, yeah.
around, and it kind of like gets flipped over and shit.
yeah, it
But-
just gets completely obliterated.
Yeah, it blows the fuck up. It's awesome. But yeah, it gives a fuckload of experience though. Kimari got 5 sphere levels from it. I was like,
Holy
yeah, my
shit.
boy.
Yeah, let me see how many I got.
Yuna got 9.
Oh my
9?
god.
Holy shit. That's incredible. How did you-
Yuna only got 2 for me, but I
Yeah,
think
same,
I've been
same.
like kind of level grinding a little bit.
I have too, because I know that her summons kind of go up with her
Yeah.
level, so I've kind of been trying to keep you in the.
It could just because
Well,
I've neglected to use her so much that she.
That
It
would
could
make
be,
sense, yeah. I mean,
same reason for me and Kimari.
and then
Since she
our-
has prey, I usually just try and throw her in the battle, use prey
Same.
once, and then
I think next episode, I got fucking buttloads. So we'll talk about that next week.
spoiler for next week. There's another boss.
There's a load of butts apparently. But I got a potion or 3 potions and an elixir, and then a fireball.
Oh, nice.
Fireball's yum.
I was like, fireball, that's a word, but also fireball,
Yeah.
the fucking weapon for Waka.
I got a shocking fist and a healer spear. It's pretty interesting. I didn't actually look at what those do.
Yeah, it's fine.
I feel like it's pretty
I
self-explanatory.
wonder what the fireball does. But yeah, all that fighting fucking Machina's worn me out, baby.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the.
Now we go back to the travel agency.
Oh yeah. Take a quick snooze.
Take a quick snooze. Let's do it.
The temple's right there. Why stop here? So our favorite Australian character in the game, Trommel, says, "My lady." And
Yeah,
then,
he's like relieved that Yuna's been saved.
yeah, and he starts like kind of guiding her away, and then the Mohawk guy, the blue tatted guy,
God, what a winner!
shouts down, and he says,
Do you want me to do it?
I have enough here to tell what he says. He looks at Riku and says, "I will tell father."
He goes, "Riku, I will tell father."
Yeah, and she says,
Sorry, I'm thinking of Metal Gear Solid again.
"Brother." Yeah.
and Riku says,
Aistra guardian of Yuna, Wika?
"I am the guardian of Yuna. You see,
Yuna is safe. We will guard her. She is safe.
Yuna is cafe.
Yeah.
Fi fil giand hen."
Yeah.
Che is cafe.
Yeah. And then he yells back at her, You do this alone, sister."
Oh.
And so that's Riku's brother.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, we've been hearing about him the whole time.
You can see the family resemblance. And then she kind of just like points to her face very cutely and says, "I told him I was a guardian. Well, guess I had to, really."
And then like the camera's slowly panning out while she's doing that, because like we don't know who she's talking to exactly, because like it's very like zoomed in on her face.
Yeah.
And as it zooms out, you're like, uh-oh, she's talking right to Waka, who's like looking at her like, what the fuck is going
He's
on?
like, no, none of this adds up at all.
Yeah, no, wait a minute, no.
He says, "How come you speak Albed?"
Yeah,
It's like we've been learning our whole journey, dude.
Yeah.
but he's like confused. He's like, how come you can speak Albed? Like he's so like not upset yet. He's just confused.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't say anything, and he looks at Titus and goes, "Why?"
Someone makes sense of it.
Yeah.
And she says,
Because I'm Albed, and that was my brother.
and Waka just like looks at them and goes, "You knew?"
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
We knew you'd be upset.
And Waka says, "This is great."
Yeah, he's like, "This is great."
I can't believe, and at first I was like, "Oh, he's actually kind of like," and then I was like, "Wait, no, that was a sarcastic great." And he says, "I can't believe that I've been traveling with an Albed, a heathen."
A heathen.
Yeah, and Riku's like kind of fed up with this shit, and she says, "You're wrong. We have nothing against Yevon."
Finally, someone in the party is
Yeah,
gonna be
standing
like, "Waka, shut the fuck up."
Finally
like,
standing up to him.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, "But you, Albed, used the forbidden Machina. You know what that means?"
Sin was born because people use Machina.
You got proof? Show me proof.
Show me
Yeah.
proof. And he says, "It's in Yevon's teachings, not that you know."
Not that you know.
Fucking church nerd.
I know. And she says, "That's not good enough. Yevon says this. Yevon says that. Can't you think for yourself?" And he goes, "Oh, well, you tell me. Where did sin come from, huh?"
Real like playground.
C goes in, C goes out. Can't explain that.
Yeah, and Riku says, "I don't know." And he says, "You badmouth Yevon, and that's all you can come up with?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "But that doesn't mean you should do whatever they say without thinking. Nothing will ever change that way."
And then Waka says,
Real.
Nothing has to change.
and I think that is the defining characteristic of Waka.
Yeah.
I think that's like, if I took every line of dialogue that Waka says in the entire game, like even
great.
oh god, ugh. Like even in the future too, like I think that is the most Waka line in this whole game, is that
for
it's
sure.
like nothing has to change.
Yeah.
Because like
Real evangelical, conservative energy.
yeah.
Like-
I mean, like it just shows that like even though like sin is objectively bad, like I think people will say, you know, that like
Sin bad.
sin bad. So I've heard people say before that like you can insult almost anything about any person, but the thing that they'll always defend is their identity, like the thing that makes them them. And like Waka's carved out a nice little niche in the world for his identity. Like he isn't the best blitzballer in the world, and he's not the best coach in the world, and you know he's probably not the best guy. Yeah.
Definitely
who
doesn't have the
knows?
best team in the world.
Yeah, and who knows if he's like the best guardian or whatever, but like he has an identity that he has, and he's like made for himself, and like that is what he likes. And even if like sin exists, it doesn't matter, because at least he gets to have his identity in in this great scheme of things. And like he is so fucking unwilling to let that go.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's the whole thing about like the Albed is that the Albed threaten his way of life. Even if it means improving his way of life, it will be different though, and he cannot have that.
Yeah, it's like this is all he knows. And like he refuses to look at it through a different lens, like no matter what. He's just like, no, like that's fucking bullshit.
It's like talking to a conservative coworker.
Yeah, God. Why would
you tell them, you're like, no, this is literally better for you. And they don't care because they don't want things to change. Yeah. Sorry, what?
And
I like that the nothing has to change. It's like it just completely crops off the top of his head.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that was.
I think he's walking away from her at that point. I think.
Yeah.
No, he was like still like just staring at her. At this point.
Is he?
Yeah, he hasn't walked away yet because they're still arguing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, correct.
Riku says,
"You want Sin to keep coming back? There might be a way to stop it, you know."
And Waka says, Sin will be gone once we atone for our past mistakes. And Riku's like, when? How?
Yeah.
And Waka says, if we keep faith in Yevon's teachings, it will be gone one day. And Riku's just
she's like
why do I
defeated.
even bother?
Yeah, she's defeated by it.
Real relatable.
And then Oren like stops them.
Yeah, he just cuts them off and gets straight to the point.
Yeah,
He
he's
says,
like, Riku, will this move? And he's like looking at one of the
forbidden Machina, baby.
Yeah, the snowblowers.
evil Ski-Doo.
and even
Mr. Plow.
Yeah, Walk actually says, he goes, we're not using that, are we? Like, he's so upset about it.
Yeah.
And he says, wait, Sir Oren isn't Albed too, is he?
All of you are acting like Albed.
And like Titus even is like, come on, Waka.
He's like, what? He's always wearing those sunglasses. Can't see his eyes.
Titus says,
I mean, getting angry just because you found out Riku's an Albed.
you guys got along fine till now, didn't you? And he goes, that's different. I mean, and Titus interrupts him and goes, well, I don't claim to know too much about Spira, and I probably know even less about the Albed, but I know Riku's a good person. She's just Riku.
Love it.
And like, Waga's looking for anybody to stand up for him here, and he's like, Lou? And Lulu says,
just think of this as an opportunity to learn more about the Albed.
and he just goes, ha! And like walks away
storms
from
away,
us.
yeah.
He storms away.
And like I think Titus like is about to go after him, and Oren says, "Let him go."
I know. I like that. Like,
Give him the time to think.
I like that. Like, Lulu's response to him is like clearly they've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I guess they both grew up on Besaid or whatever.
And they were gonna be like related, like
they were gonna be like brother and sister-in-law at one point, right? So like she knows kind of how to handle him and knows that like nothing is gonna change his mind. So she's like, look, just chill. Use this as an opportunity to learn, you know, instead of like yelling at him, because everybody else on the team is like, Waka, shut the
being
fuck up.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, you're right. Oren says, let him go. Give him time to think.
Yeah, and Riku says, "I'm sorry," and then Lulu goes, "You've done nothing to apologize for."
And Titus is just excited about snowmobiles.
Yeah. Who could blame him?
He goes, all right, let's ride.
Yeah, hell yeah. This is it's similar to like in Final Fantasy VII. Anytime something like with serious gravity happens, that is just like, okay, snowboarding time, or like fun games at Gold Saucer.
Aerith just died. It's time to get on snowboards.
Yeah. Like,
Motorcycle music starts.
Yeah.
Lizzo flute.
Riku says, are you sure you know how to drive this? And Kamari just straight flips one by himself.
Flips it over and hops on it and fucking scoots
and just
away.
Goes off, man. I have no reason to believe that Kamari should know how to use a fucking snowmobile, but this dude can just get it.
Yeah, it's so good. He's just fucking
He doesn't
going.
talk to anybody. He doesn't say anything. He just flips one and he's gone. And there's only 3 of them, by the way. And we have a party of 6 people right now. And so, like, one of them is just taken up by Kamari. He's like, fuck y'all figure it out. Because I was like, it would make sense if, like, we did 2-2-2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Kamari's just like, no, fuck that.
It looks like there
takes
might
one.
be 4.
There's 4. There's 4.
There's 5 of us.
There's not enough for the whole party.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's 4.
And
outcomes
Waka
to
just
this.
walked away. I guess Waka's going to walk.
Yeah, maybe.
He's like, yeah, fuck this. I'll walk.
Well, yeah, he's absolutely not going to use the
It's
Machina.
not really a long road, spoiler.
It's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, Titus says, I know it better than Kamari does.
Yeah. Which,
And-
like, dude, Kamari's getting it right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. They insulted him, but like, he has probably never done this in his life and is doing it great.
Yeah, and then Titus hops on his snowmobile.
Titus hops on his snowmobile,
And someone joins
then
him.
there is a giant divergence in how we've been playing the game at this point.
I feel like
right?
the way that we've all played it, though, it's the same exactly.
It's probably exactly the same. But, so those relationship mechanics that have been going throughout the course of the game, I looked it up. There's actually 4 places that it matters, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So, And one of them... Oh, wait, no, 5 places that it matters because Titus's last limit break has to do with it as well.
Interesting.
But, yeah, depending on the actions that we've taken, who we've talked to when throughout the course of the game to this point, we've been building up relationship mechanics with the different characters. And this is like the most obvious fruit of that, I think, in the game. This is where we get the most out of that.
Yeah.
And
this is
the gondola date.
This is the gondola date of FF10.
This
Exactly.
is our mano-y-mano serious time chat.
Yeah.
Because we don't usually have time to talk to... I mean, we've had like some one-on-one chats with Yuna and some one-on-one chats with Auron, but not really with anyone else too much. I guess we talked with Lulu a little bit and Riku and Guadasalon, depending on how that went.
Yeah. What I think is funny is that, like, I get it. It was a different time, whatever. But I like that, like, if the person you're paired with is Riku or Lulu, they'll get on your snowmobile and, like, hold on to Titus or whatever. And if it's Auron or Kamari, they drive their own instead. It's like, can't be sitting too close because we're not gay.
Yeah.
It's just the urinal. There's like a whole line of snowmobiles. You get the one next to them. You get the one right next to you.
But did we all get Lulu?
I got Lulu.
I feel like you have to try to not get Lulu. I feel like it's like Aerith in 7. Like, you have to intentionally be trying to not get Aerith.
In my PC version, I did force it to do Riku just because I wanted to see that.
Okay. I think Riku has the most interesting one because I watched all of them.
They're all really good.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like plot-wise, Riku's probably has the most gravity.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about Lulu's first, I guess.
Yeah.
Most probably got Lulu, just like when we were in Guadasalam. We all figured it was just Lulu.
Yeah.
Simpin' ain't easy.
Simpin' ain't easy.
But so we're riding down this little like path.
I like that she gets on the snowmobile and rides it like side saddle.
Yeah.
Like a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a horse. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
She don't mess up her belts.
Hell yeah. But she just starts talking to Titus and she says,
I hope that you're not too mad at Waka.
And Titus says, hey, not at all. And she's like, thank you. And it keeps like changing cinematic
She's
views
like,
and stuff.
Don't hate my racist grandpa. He's just old and senile. He'll be dead soon.
Yeah. He means well.
I also really like these cutscenes when I've noticed a lot lately with more of these cutscenes, but seeing when they decide to use the high poly models for the faces.
Oh yeah.
Like there's I think next episode I've noticed like changed depending on like
the exact
episode, like between like low poly Titus and all of a sudden super high poly Titus. It's really funny. But this one is because it's just it's two characters. It's actually really nice quality.
Yeah.
Despite your like snowmobile look like it's just cruising at like 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's like a chasm. They gotta go kind of slow, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever rode an ATV, but it's
right.
a little worrisome.
But then Titus says like a really odd thing, I feel like, to Lulu.
Yeah. He says,
say, what do you think of Riku?
And then,
I guess now that I think about it, I know what he means.
Yeah.
I was like, what a weird thing to say.
He's not doing like a simp thing on a date for a different girl when he should be focusing on like a third different
thing,
girl. Yeah. But she says she's fun to be with. And Titus says, that all? And she says, well, I can tell she's not a bad person. And Titus says, yeah.
You know what the problem is? She's just another Albed to Waka.
Waka's head is as hard as a rock. I bet it's because of Yevon, or, something like that. Like, it started off good.
He's dumb. Probably dumb because of religion.
Yeah. It started out so good, and then he's just like, whatever.
Yeah,
I know. Real Fry from Futurama energy.
Yeah.
And Lulu says, well, there's more to it than that. And Titus says, And Lulu goes on and says, Waka doesn't like the Albed because of his brother Chapu. And Titus is like, oh, he used a Machina weapon, right? And got killed by Sin.
Yeah.
Killed by my old man.
And he says that really softly, killed by my old man.
And Lulu goes, what?
Oh, wait, he goes, damn you, Jekt.
Oh, yeah, he does say damn you, Jekt. And
then she's like, what?
Wait, what's up?
And he goes,
dude?
huh? Nothing.
Yeah. And he says, hey.
Now, hold a second. I'm just trying to think if Jekt has ever been like explicitly been referred to as Titus's father. He's always said my old man.
If Titus is ever called Jekt.
Or, I mean, just no, because he always says my old man. He never says my father. And I'm not sure if Auron even says. Like, I'm just like, do we have definitive proof that he actually is his father? And not just
I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I know, it's just realizing because he always says my old man.
Yeah. It's rare that he actually calls him father, yeah.
Titus says, can someone like a human become Sin ever? And then Lulu's like, I can't say that I know, but why? And he says, just a thought. And Lulu goes on and says, Sin is the punishment for and the incarnation of crimes we have committed. And Titus is like, so no one really knows what it is? And Lulu's like, there's no need to know, so no one asks. You run or you fight. That's really all you can do. There's no sense brooding over it. And Titus says, what? That's all? I mean, you don't even wonder? And Lulu says, you really do come from a world where there is no sin, like you say.
I love that line to end on.
And then they just kind of...
It shows them right into the distance, yeah. And I will say this, like, I just want to go ahead and while we're here, once we get off the snowmobile, there's a chest with a mega potion.
Yeah.
And the entrance to the temple.
Yeah. And we can also go back, and there's a couple chests on the way back.
Yes.
Not really anything notable. We can get that Clasco chest finally.
Oh, can we?
Which is like 4,000 gil.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not nothing.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's like 1/3 of the fucking Sonic's deal right there.
And then if you're me, you use those levels that you got to get armor break for RN. Yeah, lower that defense.
Yeah.
And you can get, if you armor break a, speaking of, because I just want to go through the things that I used it real for.
Sure,
real quick.
yeah.
So I got armor break with RN, which if you use on an enemy that is armored, so like one that you need piercing for, anybody can do normal damage to it.
Hell yeah.
So that's fucking
real
rules.
good, yeah.
That's real good.
That basically is like Oren getting rid of his job security.
Yeah.
He's just like, now you don't need me anymore.
Yeah. I taught Titus Sloga, so now he can cast slow on everybody, which I haven't been using.
Yeah, I feel like if you have haste, I mean, if you stack those like Sloga and haste, like that's killer. But who's got the time?
But this could have played out 3 other ways.
Hell yeah!
This is like the end of Wayne's World,
or Clue.
Yeah. All right, so your other options, depending on who you talk to, you can either go on this ride with Lulu, like we did, or Riku, or Oren, or Kimari.
Hell yeah.
Let's go with Riku. I think is the most common, maybe. Second most common.
Probably the second most common. I would think so, yeah.
And I think this has the best info dump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I like Lulu's, too. I think Lulu's is also a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
This is going to be on or off record. Neither of you play 10, right?
Right.
I know I ask y'all this every now and again. I'm very excited for y'all to find out what sin is.
Oh, hell
I'm
yeah.
so excited for y'all. Because when I learned it, I was like, God, that owns.
Yeah, it's just Yevon's revenge for Machina, I know.
Right.
My dad hates my devices, my apparatuses, and my gizmos.
I think I talked about it before when I first got a BlackBerry, like a smartphone. My fucking boss at the music store I worked at was complaining about it. He said, "You're always on your machine."
Yeah.
That's always what I'm referring to because I think he told that story.
Yeah, I think so.
Dad doesn't like me and my devices. Yeah.
All right.
Gizmo.
So yeah, if alternatively we got Riku, I think she's just riding like Jessie in FF7.
FF7 remake.
Yeah. And Titus starts with like, "Sorry about Waka."
Sorry about my racist granddad.
And Riku's like,
He didn't have to be so mean, yeah? I almost cried.
Titus is like, Riku?
Yeah.
and Riku's like, "Just kidding. It's okay. At least you're still nice."
Yeah, a little flirty energy.
Yeah.
And she says, "Hey, do I look like Uni, you think?"
Which again,
she's
at first is a weird question.
A little odd. And he's like, yeah. And she says, "Well, my dad's sister is Uni's mother. You get it?" And he goes, I had no idea. If you say so. Yeah. That's a weird one.
He seems like he's like, "I'm not interested."
Yeah, I know.
Enough about Yuna.
But that is cool though. We now know who Riku's brother is.
Yeah, as
and we
well
know,
as her relationship to
and their parents.
So they're cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Like first cousins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Hot cousins.
Someone's attractive cousin.
And Titus says, "Okay, well, I guess you're guarding your family then, because that makes sense." Yeah, she's guarding her cousin. Yeah,
because I mean, there was always kind of like when she first showed up in the party, and went off to talk to Lulu and Yuna, and it's like, oh, okay, something's going on there, and it's like, hey, what's up, cousin?
Yeah, you're my
also,
cousin.
what's up, cousin? Is kind of a cool thing to say. Maybe I'll start saying that.
There you go. Yeah.
Like Uncle Tito.
Yeah, what up,
from,
cuz?
If that does sound like something Waka would say, but
yeah, what's up, cousin?
Yeah,
what's up, cuz?
Not using any Machina, are you?
And she says, "Yuna's not the only one that I want to protect." Titus goes, "Huh?" We Al Bhed want to protect all the summoners. You know, summoners are Well, you could say that.
They sacrifice themselves to bring happiness to Spira.
And I like that, like, again, multiple times throughout the course of this game, we've been like, every time Titus says, like, oh, we're going to come back, everybody, like, looks
they get
downward,
real
and Riku's
solemn.
like, summoners sacrifice themselves, and Titus is like, I don't get it. What do you mean? And we're like, Titus.
It's like, come on, dude.
It's like, no, he never asked, like, what happened to Braska.
Yeah.
I also like that, like, Riku, even though she's like the youngest in the party, still gets this weird dynamic with Titus where it's like, oh, we don't want to explicitly tell Titus what's at the end of the pilgrimage, like whatever it may be. It's obviously he doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
It's probably best that he doesn't. Like there's
Right.
this either
Right.
like an explicit thing like that Lulu's like, you know, everyone's always like, oh, don't talk about Sin being jacked. Don't,
Well,
you know.
To me, it feels like just an awkward thing, I think, where
Well,
like
I
the
think-
team is just like,
But like Riku's like dancing around it too. She's like, I'm not going to
She
explicitly
does.
say this to you.
'Cause-
I'm going to like, there's a lot of ellipses.
yeah,
going
because
on.
like, so she uses the word sacrifice themselves, and Titus actually goes, sacrifice themselves? And she goes, oh, you know, the pilgrimage, it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
It's like trying to like avoid spoiling Santa Claus.
Yeah, like, oh, you know, after
the
end of the pilgrimage, Yuna's going to have to go to a farm
God
upstate.
damn it, I was getting ready to do that joke.
If all the other summoners get to run around.
Yeah. Titus says,
she'll be much happier there.
and I like that Titus is like immediately calmed by that. He goes, oh, right, okay, yeah.
Fucking
He's like, yeah.
himbo.
This is completely unrelated, but like I remember when I was younger, my like teenage female friends were like talking about cramps. I was like, oh yeah, I got cramps all the time. They real suck, I know.
It sucks. See what I
You
do?
got my hamstring. Yeah.
See what I do is I don't eat like for
Before I go to
like an
swimming.
hour before I go swimming. I make sure I like, you know, let myself digest, and then I don't get cramps. You guys should try that.
So good.
But that's kind of what this reminded me of.
Yeah,
Just
for sure,
I was
for
like,
sure.
you dummy.
Fucking owns. That's so good. Titus says, oh, right. But you know, Yuna's real serious about being a summoner. For Yuna, well, the pilgrimage kind of means everything to her. You're going to help her too, aren't you, Riku? And Riku's just like, yeah.
She's dead serious about this pilgrimage.
Just to die for.
And Titus says,
So you shouldn't say that Yuna's sacrificing herself.
and like Riku doesn't say anything and just kind of like squeezes Titus a little bit or whatever, like
Yeah.
anxiously.
Which, if you were dumb like Titus, you would be like, "Oh, she's into me" or something. But really, she's
Yeah,
like,
and
"You,
Riku's just like,
you
"You-
stupid idiot,
you stupid
you
fucking
blissfully
idiot."
stupid moron."
And then she literally just says, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. Poor
Oh,
stupid
to
Titus.
be poor stupid babies need the most attention.
Titus.
So
You fucking dullard.
So are we ready for some bromobiles?
All right, who do you want first?
So yeah, so for the alternate reality is that Riku and Lulu get on the snowmobile together.
Hell yeah.
And you're kind of just like, Titus is drooping. Like,
Yeah,
"Ugh."
yeah. He looks all defeated. He's like, I wanted to go on a ride with a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though we're literally going to stop, like,
And-
he's already moved on from Yuna.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, Yuna's
He's like,
getting
well,
married.
it can't be helped.
Yeah.
So
Shikataganai.
So one possibility is Kamari will drive up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Kamari. And like, Kamari already left. What happened?
He probably,
Yeah.
I guess he just
He
like,
doesn't know how to use the snowmobile.
Yeah.
Lulu said it.
for this one, yeah, Kamari and Titus, I guess, are just driving side by side, like it's fucking Top Gun or whatever. And Titus is like,
Say, what do you think about Riku being in Al Bhed?
and Kamari's like,
Ronso are followers of Yevon. Ronso dislike Albed.
and Titus is like, oh, I get it.
It's like, God,
Yeah.
this fucking voice actor just really has it out for these Al Bhed, doesn't he?
And Kamari's like, not Kamari. Albed are Albed. Riku is Riku. Riku swore to protect Yuna, and Riku is not a liar. Kamari can tell, so she is a friend.
Hell yeah,
Comrade
dude.
Kamari.
Yeah,
I love
fuck
Kamari.
yeah, dude.
He's a good dude. He's
So
I do
good.
like Kamari.
and
Waka could learn a thing or two from Kamari.
Yeah.
like,
Your
hey,
Titus
I've
says,
never seen Kamari and Waka in the same room. But,
I've never had them in the same party at the same time.
But yeah, Titus is like, you know, you might want to tell her that later. I think she needs to know that we still want her with us. And Kamari is like,
Kimari is surprised.
Why?
Kimari think you are kind.
And Titus says,
don't tell anyone, okay?
Yeah. I love that.
It's like real cat energy too, of like when like a cat finally starts coming around to you and you feel so special. 'Cause you're like, oh, he kind of likes me.
Yeah,
he'll still attack me.
Because like
He'll still beat
Kamari
the
like
shit
is
out of
so
me, but-
fucking flat and like kind of standoffish, and so for Kamari to even like flatly just be like, yeah, I think you're a nice person. Like
For the first several weeks of this podcast, he wouldn't even talk.
No.
And now he's like,
he tried to kill us at one point.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
God, I
He
love
didn't get our
Kamari.
scent.
Yeah.
He didn't get our scent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See, the trick is, and it works on Titus too. First thing you do with a cat is you try to give it food, and then it
There you
becomes your
go.
friend.
Right.
But Titus never had any food. He never gets to
Exactly.
eat. So.
Yeah. If Titus gave him like some like kibble or something, like Kamari would have been totally fine.
But this is kind of a little bit like after like Oron was like, oh yeah, I need to tell you that like Jack love you, and him kind of like he's kind of guarded, doesn't want people to know that he's a softie.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks.
Also, I feel like starting. Well, not I guess maybe not starting, but like I really do feel like the team is coming around to Titus totally now.
Yeah.
Like he is now totally part of the group. You know
Totally
what I mean?
Titus.
Totally Titus on Nick.
It's also probably nice having like,
On Teen Nick.
Yeah.
Right after Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
well, he's also the new guy, but he's also has been kind of the voice of reason because he is kind of an unbiased party. In a
Yeah,
way.
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But like
But also one who's like not afraid to fucking just like walk in his place because he's
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, dude, shut up.
I know. But I
It's
like,
like, yeah, you're being a total asshole.
I know.
bro.
I do.
Well, at this point, I feel like Titus is like more ingratiated to the party than Waka is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I do really respect that about Titus.
I'm surrounded by
yeah.
Al beds.
This whole ship is full of all beds.
Al bed on the left of me. Al bed on the right. Here I am.
So then, yeah, there's
Also, Oren.
also Oren.
On
Right
Team
after
Nick.
totally.
So like Oren and Titus are driving their snowmobiles beside each
I
other
love this.
in silence for a couple seconds, and Titus just goes, "You're no fun to ride with at all."
And it's like, what?
And Oren's like snippy with him. He goes, "What?" Titus says,
I'll take Kamari over you any day.
Yeah, and Oren says, just don't do anything rash.
and he's like, "What?" Titus like, "What's that mean?"
I'm saying you should not complicate matters, or you'll find yourself trapped. Understand?
And he goes, "I don't need you to tell me that." But I guess there is some sense in what you're saying.
Yeah, and he says, make mistakes. That's what youth is for, after all. Don't waste it.
Yeah,
And then Titus is like, wait, which is it?
Yeah, I know, because Oren just gave him two different fucking stories. Like,
Yeah.
don't do anything crazy, but if you get the opportunity to do something crazy, you should,
should
take
do
it.
something crazy,
You're,
yeah.
you're only
I-
young once.
Yeah, I feel like Oren was kind of like, well, I have to say this because it's the right thing to
Yeah,
say.
I think
Everything
so.
is pointing towards this.
It
But
was
at
like-
the same
it
time,
was-
I feel for Titus, so...
It was like a responsible thing and then a personal thing.
yeah, it was like, yeah.
It's like a Modest Mouse album title. Where it's like, hurry up and wait. It was like,
Good news, but only if you like bad news. Ice Age, Heat Wave. Can't complain.
yeah. So there's a fifth option where Isaac Brock gets on it. So I drove my snowmobile into a cop car the other day.
There you go.
You know it. That one song.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's a good
Sometimes
band?
life's okay.
Mutoid Man. I've been listening a lot of Mutoid Man recently.
21st
What a good band.
century
Mutoid
Stinko Man.
There you
Stinko
go.
Man.
Anytime I hear about Mutoid Men, or however you say it, I just think of the kick-ass episode of The X-Files with Cher in it.
Nice.
I don't know about it, but
I need to watch the X-Files.
Oh, it's so good.
I love that we're
It's-
just free associating at the end
It's
here.
mostly good. There's some episodes that you're just like, ugh. But it's really good. There's this one episode where Mulder and Scully go inside a video game. I'm not making this up. It's fucking...
I think your
it's-
isn't your like offline image of that?
I forgot about it for so long, and then I thought about it and got angry one day because it's so fucking stupid and bad. And then I looked up pictures of it, and it's just fucking Mulder dressed like with
Is that
dumb
what that's
sunglasses
from?
in like armor with a sword in like an old western town. And I'm like, yeah, this has to be my offline image on Twitch.
I did not know that's
I
what
was
that
thinking
from.
of what I could do to add to it to make it even fucking dumber, and I think putting "See You Space Cowboy" at the bottom of it might be my next move. That episode's
so we're
very
at-
bad.
Or like you all laugh at me because I'm different.
While you studied the whatever, I studied the blade.
I studied the Machina.
You laugh at me because I'm different. I'm laughing because you didn't use the poison strats to take down Flux Seymour on Mount Gygazet.
That'll make sense in a month.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
hey, so next episode we're gonna do Macalania Temple and all that entails.
Aye.
And we will stop. Should we stop right where you stopped, Alex, in your personal playthrough?
Yeah, so I think
Okay,
when we
the
I'm
escape.
gonna say around when we escape Macalania.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll do Macalania Temple up to the escape from Macalania Temple. If you fight Wendigo, you've gone too far.
If you fight Wendigo in Final Fantasy VIII and you're mugging him to try and get iron pipes, you've gone too far. But you should keep doing that because
it's steel pipes. You
steel pipes.
you're banned from that.
I'm off the pod forever.
Give me back.
Alex, cut my mic.
You're booted out of the FF8 fan club.
No.
It's over.
But yeah, the pace picks up real fast.
Dude,
after
okay.
this.
I have said on an
I
earlier episode.
didn't know when to stop because like I'm just still going. We're still going.
Dude, I said
Ain't
on an
no
earlier
getting off this
episode
train.
that FF10 is like backloaded story-wise. Starting with Macalania Temple, shit gets off the fucking rails with this game. Because like this game has kind of been. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm not trying to say like a bad thing about it, but it's been very low key. Bad, but the game's been very bad. No, it's been very like low key.
Yeah,
there haven't been a lot of like grandiose like events. I guess
there's
Operation
been some,
Mihen was pretty grand, but
there's
like
a huge materia section,
dude. Starting
we're just like chasing train traces and going to space and shit.
yeah. This is that section of 10. Yeah, we're like from here till the end of the game, shit just goes fucking nuts.
Yo, hell yeah!
So like,
I'm ready for
it.
it.
The game gets good now. If you've stuck with us the whole time, then like. The reward is coming, and that is the rest of FF10. So yeah, basically, you just want to save your game before you walk back out to Lake Macalania. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Anything coming up?
AGDQ. I think I've talked about it a couple times.
Do it again.
They released the schedule. I will be on Friday at the end of the week. I might have talked about this last week. I can't remember. All my days are running together.
Just do it every time
Doesn't
until
matter.
it comes up.
Yeah, so
What's
January
the
8th,
January
I think.
8th.
Whatever the Friday is. So I'm terrible with dates. But that Friday, it's like 7:30 a.m., which, not an ideal time, but it's fucking GDQ. I'm so excited for it.
Maybe it'll be at 9.
Yeah, I mean, also with like bonus games and schedule and technical difficulties and stuff, it probably will be pushed back, but keep an eye out. I'll be tweeting about it a bunch, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
So, running Demon Tower, gonna have Ashwin on commentary. It's gonna be a good time.
It sounds like a great time.
Hopefully, I don't fuck up, but more importantly, if I do fuck up, hopefully it's funny.
All right. I have nothing going on, so we just pass that right up.
A new strat was found in Dark Souls 80% that cut off fucking 8 minutes from the run, so now there's just a mad dash of people trying to get like free PBs. It's been wild to see.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
I guess I'm getting a new base in a week.
Yo, fuck yeah.
So that's cool.
Warwick, right?
A Warwick.
Hell yeah.
Warwick double buck Corvette 5.
Oh, fuck yeah. I only have a rock base. I got a rock base.
Oh, you know what I did purchase though? This is not even news like at this point. But I did buy not like mint or anything. They're incredibly used, but box copies of Famicom Final Fantasy 2 and 3.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the NT Mini is coming out, or they're shipping them. So I think I might stream some actual Final Fantasy 2 and 3 here coming up shortly.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. But yeah, I think that'll do it.
Do you need to give me an entryway?
I was thinking about it, and I was like, I wanted to do Metallica's Trapped Under Ice, but that can be next episode, or 2 episodes from now.
Does Titus drop his phone, and then he has to put it in ice? I thought you said rice.
Hold on, wait. I am
hungry.
gonna get an in. I'm gonna do a segue for Alex real quick. And I know that if I Google this, I will find something. So let's see here. Famous people injured on ATVs.
No snowboarding accidents.
Category: people who have died on ATVs. That's a little too dark for me.
Yeah, that's too dark for this
Too dark.
show. We never get dark on this show.
Well, were they sent?
Well, I'll tell you this. There is a Wikipedia article for people who have died in ATV accidents. Alex, add us to the list.
Oh, no. Thanks to Night of the Round for the theme music, Nobuo Uematsu, Masashi Hamauzu, and Junya Nakano for the game music. Remember to rate, review, subscribe. Call us at 530-MATERIA or find us at every F and FF on all the things. And, as always, podcasters sacrifice themselves to bring happiness to you.
And we're all floating on the king.